My name is Isatou Mballow, a teacher from Ajisuka Indate Senior Secondary School. I'm a survivor and I'm here to share my story with you. I am 25 years old. I am married with a daughter. I come from a society where child marriage is rampant and girls' education was not valued. They prefer taking the boys to school than the girls. Alhamdulillah, I'm able to share my story today because of Mr. Saliu Kande, who inspired me to be able to share my story. I'm somebody that don't even talk about myself, but only to my students sometimes when I see them down and then I want to inspire you, I tell you where I come from, who I am, and what I've been through to reach where I am today. I come from a family of two different nationalities. My mother is from Guinea-Bissau, and my father is from Gambia, Bansang. So I lost both parents at the age of 4. I have a younger brother who I am 3 years older, so he was just 1 year old when we lost both parents. I happened to be the first child of my parents. So when both parents died, my relatives were not ready to take in a girl child because of the burdens and all that. They think it's a burden to take in a girl child. They were afraid of the teenage pregnancies. They were afraid of so many things. And they think it's a loss for them to spend on me. Yes. So when my parent passed away, my grandmother's younger sister was the only one that volunteered to take me in. So she said, I'll take her in when she's of age to get married. I'll bring her back to Bissau and she'll be married. That was the agreement they had. And I was brought to Gambia at the age of 6. Going to school was not part of the plan. It was not even in the schedule for me to go to school. No, I was given a plate to hawk the streets to go and sell. So in the process of hawking the streets, I always go to a school in Kanifing South called New Life, where I will go to sell and stand at the window looking at the students in the class learning. And then there happened to be a teacher in that same grade who happens to be seeing me every day. Every day this child is punctual, coming to school on time, and she's not in uniform, she's carrying her plate. I put the plate down and stand at the window and be learning exactly what they were learning. I was able to learn what they were learning in the class whilst I was outside because I was interested in what they were doing. So this particular teacher was a Sierra Leonean. She asked me, do you want to come to school? I said, yes, I'm interested. She made sure that I had a uniform, I had stationery, I had everything. She gave me everything that a child would need to come to school. But then at home, I was not given that opportunity to come to school. So whenever I wear my uniform to go to school, I was still given my plate to go back to go with it. So I'll go to school, I'll be in my school uniform, but I'll still carry my plate on my head. So when I get to school, I'll leave my plate of banana, be it orange, be it mango, be it kaba. I'll leave it at the vendors and enter my class. So in the morning, no one cares whether I take my bath or not, whether I'm in clean uniform or not. So this same particular teacher will take me to the tap, wash my uniform. She will always cut my hair short. She'll dress me neatly, give me food, and say, don't give anybody. And I'll say, okay. So I'll stay in class that way. So there comes a time she has to go and face my grandma and says, if you don't stop giving this girl a plate in the morning, I'll have to take you to the police. So my grandma stopped giving me the plate in the morning. I'll go to school. From school, I'll come and carry my plate and enter Kanifing South and go and sell. So it came to a point that this same particular woman has to go back to Sierra Leone. So I was on my own again. But by this time, I've already finished nursery. I was now in class 3. So in class 3, there's no one to pay for me anymore. The teacher was not there. So I have to continue hacking. So what I'll do is, she left me some money. What I'll do is I give the money to someone that I trusted. So whenever she goes to the Sandika, she'll buy me fruits along. After I'm done selling for my grandma, I'll sell for myself secretly, take the money and give it to Alpha, the shopkeeper. So I started paying for my own school fees at grade 3. I did that up to grade 8. And when I get to grade 8, New Life was too expensive for me to pay because I was paying on my own. So I transferred to Latikunda Upper Basic School, which was government. And I can remember I paid $182 for me to be able to sit to the grade 9 exams. And I left Latikunda Upper Basic School with aggregate 13. I sat for St. Joseph Senior Secondary School. I got to St. Joseph Senior Secondary School in 2009, September 2009. I was there till grade 10, 11, but I couldn't pay for myself again, so I was stuck. I have to stop going to school for a whole academic year. I hugged the streets to pay for myself again. Then the following year, I went to Kotumuna Zamat Senior Secondary School. At Kotumuna Zamat, I completed the grade 11. Now going to grade 12 is a problem. I dropped out again. I went to SEL for another year and went to West Africa Senior Secondary School. I went up to grade 12 in West Africa Senior Secondary School, but now I couldn't pay for my WASEC in 2013. The deadline was December 4th. These are dates that I don't forget because they are with me. They made me who I am. So December 4th was the deadline for the WASEC fees, and I still couldn't raise the money. The WASEC fees was $1,500. Where will I get $1,500 from? So I cried and cried and cried. But the way I compared myself in school, the principal thought that I was just making it up. So it was later that he realized that truly, it was late then, that this girl doesn't have the means to come to school, and she's brilliant. So he said, okay, Mballow, come back. I'll give you another chance. And I was already angry. No, I don't want to come back. So I stopped going to school in 2013. I went to work as a maid for a Lebanese in Pipeline. I was there for a whole year working as a maid. And she was paying me $1,800 per month. So whenever it was time to pay, I'll tell her, hold it for me. I'll come back for it. I did that for 2 complete years. And when I got my money, I went to Ajisuka in that senior secondary school where I am teaching today. I got there, and the principal said, no, you have to repeat grade 11 because you have not been to school for 3 years. I cried. I said, no. I went up to 12. I want to complete. She said, no, you have to go back to grade 11. I said, okay then. So I went back to grade 11. With the money I've worked as a maid, I paid for the entire academic year. So I was sure that I'll complete grade 11. So the following year, during the holiday, I went back to work as a maid to the same lady because she knows my story and she was ready to help. I went back there to work as a maid. And when I worked there as a maid, grade 12, I just paid for the entire academic year. And I left Ajisuka with 8 solid credits. I proceeded to the Gambia College. Not because I wanted to be a teacher, no, but because I wanted to give back to my nation. I wanted to give back what was given to me through education. My colleagues finished schooling in 2012. I didn't finish up to 2017. So when I met up with some of them holding their bags going to work, I'll look for a car where I'll hide till when you've passed before I continue. I grew up from a society where the girl child was not valued. My grandma was somebody that if you were supposed to go and sell her granuts, she would take the cup and measure it. Cup per cup, cup per cup. So if you miss $5, you are asked to pay for it. She doesn't care who gives it to you, where you get it from, or how you get it, but you're going to pay for that money. Life was becoming unbearable at home, so I have to run away. I ran away and went to live with a friend. She is late now, but then when I lived with her, in the morning I'll go and sell vegetables. In the evening, I'll sell fruits. In the morning, I'll sell vegetables. In the evening, I sell fruits. That was how I struggled before I was able to complete my education. I want to tell every girl that is seated here that you can make it, whether they help you or not. As long as you're determined, you'll be there. You'll be able to make it. And alhamdulillah, I am targeting the university in January, inshallah. Thank you so much.